that's like freezing stuff, but hopefully it's recording properly.
We gonna see in a minute if it ain't, but that's for sure.
So this is where you're gonna get all of the behind the scenes stuff like that, and all the behind the scenes shenanigans, as well as an opportunity to have a one-on-one with us. You know, based on the subscription tier that you choose. You know, can't just be going for the cheap one and expect us to come out. All right,
can't do it. I can't do nothing for you, man.
Definitely. If you don't know who this is, I'm AD. This my man over here.
I'm Terry O. You see it.
As well as you'll get the tips and tricks on how to create a dope podcast. From beginning to end, you'll get all how we do the show notes, how we put together the word of the day, how we get our subjects, and all of that stuff happening. So make sure you definitely hit us up, hit one of them tiers, and we're excited and we are blessed to have you part of the whole Brothers Who Talk crew. So if you have any questions, you know, always connect with us, but we look forward to you subscribing and forward to giving us some good information. All right.
There you go. Boom, peace.
Welcome to another episode of the Brothers Who Talk. Brothers Who Talk with Terry and AD. This podcast is about men talking about everyday shenanigans, the stuff that makes us mad, to the topics that concern why in the world do these guys have a podcast. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
What's up, you guys?
All right.
Welcome back. This is episode 14. The Brothers Who Talk.
Silence there. Silent moment. Silent.
This is episode 14 of the Brothers Who Talk. We are here with your boy Terry, and we have AD down in the big state of G8. And I'm out here in Idaho, just straight chilling. So a little bit of disclosure before we get started. Me and AD just did about 20 minutes worth of banter on here, and I looked on my computer screen and I realized I did not press record. So I just want to apologize for you, even though you guys don't know that. But I just want to apologize because
no idea.
I just want to apologize. I just feel bad because that was 20 minutes of great banter that we had, and
right.
I look up and then there's no
banter back. Sometimes you just like try to replicate it. Okay, you stand there. Okay, you say that. Say this.
Right.
Again, and then we go.
So happy holidays to you guys. Happy. I hope you guys have a great Christmas, Kwanzaa,
yes,
Hanukkah, whatever it is, Ramadan, whatever you celebrate. 2020 is upon us. We are here 8 days in, 9 days in. What was the day? 9, right? Today's 9. So we're 9 days into the new year. I hope that whatever you have put forth, you are manifesting into your life. So that is 2020 is the symbol for great vision. All right? If you go to that, you got 2020 vision, you're good. So let's make sure.
I never got deep. Didn't think.
All right. 2020 is the year of 2020 is the year of clarity and good vision. And so whatever you got going on, make sure you guys use it with clarity. So we got a lot to talk about today. So we're going to get into it. We're going to get right into the first segment that we always do in this podcast with the news. Right?
The news.
Right. All right.
So the first thing we're going to talk about today is the royal family. You got Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who have decided that they're going to step away from royalty. They did like...
Look at that. Renouncing the throne.
Who does that? Like, you're the next king, bruh. Like, what's going on?
Now the news.
Right.
I don't understand.
Like, you know what? I'm going to take a break. I'm going to be out. I might come back.
We trip. You know what I'm saying? Listen, here's what I think was going on with that. Harry and Meghan, she half black, right? So she got a little ghetto in her. You know what I'm saying? And so she's like, you know what? I don't need all those jewels and crowns and such. I don't need all that. I just need let me be the Duchess over here, and that's raise our baby.
Right.
But I don't think it's that easy though. Can you just say, hey mom, hey dad, I don't want to be Prince no more. I don't want to be Duchess or whatever you Duke or whatever.
It's probably possible, but I would just like, son, really? Wait, you got the easiest job in the world. the best, easiest job that you could be born into.
Insert Lil Boozy right here. Come on now, dog.
Man, come on,
man. You are the Duke of Earl or whatever you're the Duke of.
Right.
And you are the heir apparent to the throne. And you're going to walk from, okay, Prince Akeem. Let's start calling Harry. Prince Akeem, I know we was talking about that before we came on today. It was, I renounce my throne. If you guys, those of us who are old enough to know Coming to America and have watched that, and there's a scene in the movie when he's on the train and he wanted the girl, and she was like, whatever, renounce the throne. And so he gets on the train and says, I renounce my throne. Like, it's not that easy. I just don't believe it's that easy. I just don't.
It's probably, well, I would think, like everything's a ceremony. I'm sure there's some kind of renouncing ceremony, I don't know. Yeah, I don't. That's when you're really too privileged. Like you don't realize what you got. You know what I'm saying? If nobody would really care about you and your little big head baby if you guys weren't. I'm just if you weren't part of royalty. We only care. You just be an interracial couple having a baby.
That's all you would be.
That's all.
I mean, my wife and I, we're interracial. We have an interracial baby.
Right.
Don't nobody care.
When the camera's following you, trying to figure out what you gonna call or name your baby.
Ain't nobody coming at me. Ain't nobody. Because some people, and I can understand to a degree what he's trying to do. And he's just trying to get away from the spotlight. I think that's what he's trying to do.
Right.
And it makes sense because you have a family and all of that. But you can't help your bloodline, player. You were born into royalty, and it's just like the royalty to me is almost like the gang. Blood in, blood out. You can't just leave royalty.
Right.
You just can't leave royalty. What kind of group is that? But the better question is, would you want to? Let me tell you something.
Right.
If I was born into royalty, and where I can drive, I can have whatever I want, do whatever I want, whenever I want, I'm not sure I'll be ready to walk away from that. I don't care.
Right.
Because I got enough Skrilla. I got enough bankroll to say, I'm gonna take the year off. I'll see you guys when I get back. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I'm still royalty. You ain't taking my title from me now because I still want.
And it's like a royalty without real responsibility. Like they're not really running a government. They're not real kings and queens. Like you get to act like it without the responsibility of somebody trying to behead you or something, or trying to take your crown, and you got a spot for life. So,
exactly.
Yeah, that's
Listen to me, Harry. Understand that you're not running the country. Your grandma is.
Right.
When you put it down, when you break it down, grandma doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Grandma.
That's you got a beautiful wife. You have a beautiful son. And I get what he's doing.
Right.
But come on, man, you royalty.
Right.
99.7% of the people that listen to this podcast right now, or going to listen to this or watch this live on YouTube, want to be royalty. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you have it. You want to squander? I tell you what. Put it in a bag. Put it in your royalty title in a hat, and hold a raffle. Sell tickets.
Right.
And see. I'll buy a ticket. I'll buy a ticket. I'm just saying.
Oh man, that'd be pretty dope. That could be a movie. That could be a movie right there.
I'm telling you.
That could be.
Just crazy stuff, man. Just crazy stuff. Speaking of crazy stuff, man.
Yes, indeed.
Your president. What is he doing? What is he doing? What is
trying to get some more time.
I mean, President Trump, 45, or Orange Cheeto, as E. Digger would call him. Shout out to E. Digger. It's crazy to me. Like, dude, you sent over a missile, and you attacked Iran, and you killed the second in charge,
right.
Mr. Soleimani.
You killed their Mike Pence, and their vice president.
What you thought you wasn't gonna get? See, here's the thing with Donald Trump. He makes me sick because he just thinks he's Teflon. Like nobody can touch him. Brother, listen to me. you step on the wrong side of Crenshaw in California, you leaving here. Whether you President Trump, Mike Pence, it don't make a difference.
Right.
If you step on the wrong side of Crenshaw, or if you in Chicago, if you go on the wrong side of Ashland at the wrong time of the day, you out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And those of you who are from Chicago know exactly what I'm talking about when I say Ashland Avenue.
Right.
And in Inglewood. Come on, man. But you're poking the bear. Now you want to hide your hand. You can't do that. You can't poke the bear and hide your hand. And then think that Iran isn't going to respond.
Right.
I was at the convenience store yesterday morning, as a matter of fact. And I was getting me some donuts or something like that. Like, I need a donut. But nonetheless, I'm going to eat me a donut. And one of the guys say, I'm looking for the missile. And because there's been some strange sounds around here as of late. Because now, Mountain Home, Idaho, is home to a military base. Okay. So anytime they have anything, and Mountain Home is about an hour and a half from here.
Okay.
And so, if anything happens at Mountain Home, or if we're doing some testing or something, we can actually hear the boom here in Twin.
Oh wow!
So we heard so it was a big boom the other day, and we did this new. Oh Lord, we're getting ready. Iran is dead, and it was like, first of all, a missile when they don't have that kind of technology for a missile to come this far inland. Now it can hit DC.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I heard talk that that the Iranians had put out a press release that they had a bounty for Trump's head. I think it was $40,000. Wow. And so comedians like George Lopez and a lot of other people was like, shoot, man, I'll do it for free. You know, now I don't want no smoke. Secret Service. Right. I ain't saying that. I'm just telling you.
We ain't saying that. We're just repeating what the comedians said.
I'm just saying what the people talking. They talking about it.
It's the news part.
Yeah, I don't do that. No.
Right.
But and he just has, and it's just another situation to where he's gonna get away with it. He's gonna do something stupid and get away with it.
Now the news.
I don't know if we have become the laughing stock yet, but I think we're close as a country. And I don't know.
You heard when he was at the summit, the other guys was the other leaders was kind of snickering and kind of talking about him. Got caught on video or camera talking about him. So we are kind of like, I know they're thinking, how in the world did the American people vote for him? How did he win? And then every time he talks, it's just like,
yeah, he sounds like he sounds like, I don't know if you ever watch wrestling, but there used to be a tag team called the Road Warriors.
Okay,
and
yes,
Animal and Hawk, and so when they came out, and Hawk would be. That's exactly how he sounds when he starts talking, and he always, he doesn't hold the office as a president should.
Right.
He's not Jimmy Carter or President Clinton or even Ronald Reagan for that matter. Or even though I just named some Democratic presidents there, but Ronald Reagan was strictly Republican, but still held the office with dignity and class. Right. He never did anything crazy. He didn't have any scandals, none of that. And here this dude is, he done paid off strippers. He cussing people, he cussing the media out. He picking at, you shooting missiles at people. There's no prestige in the office. There's no class in the office. And what's funny is that the people that support him the most is the ones that he really don't care about. Because the people that's he's upper class, the tax breaks to the rich. He don't give a crap about the poor, whether the poor is white or black. He really don't care about that. But the people that support him, the strongest, are the poor white people.
Right.
We love our president. What has he done for you lately?
Right.
What's he done for you? I don't understand it. But that's when people, they follow who they want to follow. I don't knock them. I think it's think it's crazy, but that's just me. Then again, I don't know.
I don't know what's going down. This whole impeachment thing, now is kind of on the back burner, because of this. And the funny thing is just Iran's reaction was just like a little, little scare there. It's kind of weird. So I don't know what's going down, but yeah, it's a weird situation.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to make of it.
It's really crazy.
Know. Yeah, definitely.
Well, speaking of the articles of impeachment, Mrs. Pelosi just had a weekly press conference on CNN. Well, she's live right now on CNN, but she has yet to deliver those articles of impeachment over to Congress. A lot of people are saying she's being petty. A lot of people are upset about the fact. Well, a lot of the left wingers they're upset about it because she hasn't returned it yet. Send them over yet. Like, what are you afraid of? He's gonna get off and this and that. And however you may view this, I think it's a smart political move because Nancy knows that if she sends the articles of impeachment over to Congress right now, with the Republican controlling the Congress, she won't get a conviction, and he'll still be in office, and then get reelected again in 2020.
Right.
So she knows what she's doing. Like like me and AD was talking before we came on, is that she's probably got some favors, in the back pocket, and people are like, she's calling them up like,
right.
You remember when?
Right.
I'm calling
you. You've been in the game a long time.
Yeah, like those gangsters say, I'm calling in your chips, homie. Come on.
Right.
I'm calling in your chips. Let's do it.
Right.
So I think it's a smart political move, but we'll see. We'll see how it's gonna work out. All right. So listen, AD, over the holiday break, man, with the kids being home from school, I'm so thankful they going back. Right.
Woo!
Lord Jesus, if anybody watching this, and you got kids who are out those 2 weeks between Thanksgiving and New Year's, listen to me. Y'all know my pain right now. And every day, it wasn't a day that went by that they did not test my gangster. And one thing about children that test my gangster, it makes me mad, bro.
All right.
We're going into the next special of the podcast called "Tell Them Why You're Mad." I'm gonna
tell them why you're mad, son.
Tell them why you're mad, Jerry.
Listen to me.
Tell them why you're mad, son.
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm good right now.
There's a few things that I'm mad at. Okay, first of all, I'm mad at St. Luke's Hospital here in Twin Falls, Idaho, because I took my son to the ER because he was had some fevers, because they didn't get sick until the end of the vacation, right? All three of them, they all got sick, and I took my son to the ER, and I had on my glasses. As you can see, I don't know if you noticed that I don't have my glasses on today.
I see.
I took him to the ER, and he kept slapping me in the face. I took him off. And I put him behind the pillow where we was laying on the hospital bed. And they, silly me, I left. We got done. I left out. We got my glasses. I didn't realize they were gone until 6 hours later. It's on me. I get it. So I called up the hospital and I say, hey, I left my glasses there, in the room. Which room were you in? And I was in such room. Can you see my glasses in there? Oh, no, they're not in there. But they probably got wrapped up in the linen. They change linen and the room gets empty. And it was like, yeah, it's wrapped up. And I said, well, where's housekeeping? They need to look for my glasses. I'm all forceful like it was their fault. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm like, you need to go look for my glasses now. So I had called them, right? Okay. I said, because we'll see what we can do, and they hung up. I said, you know what? No, I'm gonna get in the car. I'm gonna go over there. I'm big bad Burley, right? I go over there, look for my glasses, and they came back.
Where my glasses at?
I know, right? And they came back out and it was like, yeah, your glasses in Boise. Well, the linen gets picked up and it's automatically gone. It goes to Boise for 2 days, and they bring it back or whatever. So if we find them, oh, she was nasty. Oh, bitch was nasty. Sorry. Leave that out if you want to. She was nasty. She was like, well, if we get them back, they will call us, and they will call you, and you can come and get them. I'm like, chick, there's something on your neck. I need you. You better go in the back and get a brace. Stop playing. Yeah, She had a little black on her. She was white, she like white girl, but she was like a little. You been around being black people, right? So I was mad at St. Louis for a minute, but I'm kind of over it now. I'm at the point where my glasses I'm never going to see them again, and I just got them. I just got those.
Oh.
And I've got to the point where I can't remember Jack. I can't remember Jack no more. It was like, okay, how am I gonna sell a car? I can't remember what I had for breakfast. Nonetheless, next thing that makes me mad, I'm mad for the AD at Twitter right now. I'm mad at Twitter because Twitter used to be a place where you can go and just do your 140 characters and you go about your business, right? But no, Twitter, people have turned Twitter into a whole hustle, into a whole side hustle. If you go on Twitter now, they got a lot of our big women, BBWs, are now embracing their sexuality, and they now have created OnlyFans on Twitter. And with the OnlyFans, that these women are now doing sexually clad stuff, posing nude, whatever it is they do, and they're putting it on OnlyFans, and they're connecting their Twitter. Twitter is a part of that. And so for a nominal fee on Twitter, you can watch any of your favorite BBWs post naked nude videos, whatever. And it's all for, and I'm like, my Twitter timeline is full of just like, and I'm like, ew, that's not even gone. Put it on Twitter no more. So Twitter, right. If there's a representative of Twitter listening to me right now, please stop that. I don't know. And I'm also mad at Twitter because they own Periscope. Now, when I go into my homeboy's AD scope on Monday, him and his wife, Purpose Forever, shout out to Purpose Forever for AD and Sam. When I get in there, I can't read one comment.
Oh,
I can see people coming in. I can't read any other comments. And I'm like, so maybe Periscope and Twitter are on to me. I'm not really sure what's going on, but I don't
trying to get you.
They got me on GTS or something. They got my IP address. She was like, yeah, every time you do something. He was like, yeah, we're going to get him. But that's why I'm mad, man. I'm mad at St. Luke, and I'm mad at Twitter. I need them to quit it. All right. So, AD wasn't mad this week, like I said earlier.
No, I'm not mad. I'm good. I'm good this week.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
I may bust something out at the end. I'm right now. I'm good. I ain't mad.
So those are guys who've been fans of ours from the beginning. We used to do a segment called Word of the Day, and we have done away with that particular segment. But if you wanted to come back, you're going to send us a message and let us know, hey, we missed Word of the Day. Can you bring it back for us? And then we'll bring it back.
Definitely.
All right. So right now we're going to get into the meat of the podcast and why we are here. AD is going to talk. This is where I give AD the floor, and he takes over, and we just talk about and flow what he talking about. AD.
Yeah. So today, our topic today we're going to talk about what are the best and worst kind of friends to have around you. What are the best and worst kind of friends to have around you? Now for me, I have not been a person since I became an adult to have many friends, if any, because there have been times I've had like 0 friends around me, 0. And it's not necessarily because of them. It's just me, like pulling away, being alone, not wanting to be accountable, just doing my thing. Like, I don't need nobody. I've been in a relationship, married forever since I was like an adult. So she's always been around. But outside of that, nothing, no one else. But as I've gotten older, I've learned the value of having others around you. Terry has come into my universe as a great friend. Pastor Corey and some others. It's definitely been a blessing to actually have people around you. And my prayer since I started getting new friends was to have those that will be beneficial to pushing me, and it's not about what I can just get out of them, but it's just about having a camaraderie where we connect with each other, hold each other accountable, and make sure none of us disappear. Because that's been my mantra this year, even last year, just not disappearing. And if you don't know what disappearing is, that's just like going off the radar, not answering your phone, not answering texts, no one knows what you're doing. Your social media is dry, just like nothing's going on in your life. but obviously there is, but just nobody knows about it. But today I just want to talk about finding the right people to be around. And I kind of categorized it. I had one way that TD Jakes talked about, like having a confidant and a constituent, but I just broke them down into like there are roots, branches, and leaves. You know, and these are kind of like the roots, branches, and leaves. Roots. The roots of the matter. So having those three, categorizing the kind of friends that you have, and knowing who you're around. Because sometimes, and we're not going to really talk about the worst as far as, well, we'll say the worst, the people that are not encouraging, not pushing, always kind of encouraging the wrong behavior or making the wrong decisions, even in your relationship life and things of that nature. And those are some of the worst people to have around you because they don't encourage you into making better decisions. You know, they kind of like the misery loved company kind of people. I've only had those when I was younger.
I used to have
a lot of trouble. Yeah. So today, just want to kind of talk about that and talk about the ones that we've had and the ones that we do have now, and how can you kind of vet the right friends around you. You know, and trust me, this ain't definitive. There's no simple way, because you might get with somebody and think they're like sliced bread, they're better than sliced bread, and all the while they have ulterior motives and they can go south within a minute, you know. So for you, Terry, would you say that you have strong friends, like root-like friends, or branches, or kind of like leaves?
You know what? Since I've been in Idaho, me and Melissa have found out real quick that there are a few, Liam's right. Branches. A few branches, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Get a few branches, but for the most part, our experiences have been leaves. The person that we had, the couple that we had, that we came out here but on their behest. Originally, we were friends for maybe a year, and then some stuff went backwards. You know, I got into some stuff with my wife. We wasn't married then, but I got into some stuff with her. Her husband left her, and somehow when I did my stupid stuff, I was the idiot, and she was talking about me behind my back and talking to her. So they fell out. So that was one experience where it leaves. But we do have a couple of branches here. Roots, I don't think we have any roots, to be honest. I think we have really strong branches. So I think, with you and Pastor Brian, you guys, like, for me anyway, or roots for me, because I can go to either one of y'all at any point in time and say, hey, I got this going on, whatever, and you guys can help out. But what I want the people to understand on that point is that remember the bird Toucan Sam?
Yeah.
From Fruit Loops.
Okay.
Remember him? And his motto was follow your nose, right?
Right.
Here's the thing: people, you can smell nonsense. We can smell nonsense, but we don't. Right. We rather, or your nose being your conscience and your good common sense, because if something or a person vexes your spirit, and what vexing your spirit is, when you might meet somebody and you be like,
right,
no, right, and it happens to all of us. We've all done it, right? So that's what we are following. We are following our noses. Follow your nose. Your nose, right. your nose always knows. That's what he said.
Right.
And we can cancel out a lot of 80% of the leads in our life if we just follow our nose. You know what I'm saying? If we just listen to the conscience, if we listen, but people are just, they want what they want when they want it, and it's easier to be lazy than it is to put some work in, because you got to put, even even if you smell it, you still gotta move. Even if you smell poop, you gotta move still, because you don't want to step in it, right? So you gotta do some work. And so a lot of us don't want to, do the work. So we just walk right in it. Like, okay, I'll deal with it later. Now you gotta take your shoe. Now you gotta take your shoe outside. Go outside, take a stick, and dig out the poop out the crack, because we don't want to do right.
Right.
That's sad. Follow your nose. I'm just saying.
Follow the nose. Follow the nose. So yeah, it's those roots are very difficult to very. Well, every friendship, we kind of want them to end up being that root or that root. And over time, generally, they reveal themselves as leaves, blowing in the wind to and fro, depending on the situation. Sometimes the leaves are there for a moment. They're for a season. Yeah. Like, boom, they have your back. You're like, yeah. Then when the season changes, they're gone too. And it's not always have to be a hurtful thing. But it's just like, if you thought they were going to be like a branch or a root, then you think it shocks you. You're like, oh man, in my mind, what I thought. Yeah. But if you really, and a lot of times if you listen to people they talk enough, they'll reveal themselves to you. Yeah. You're like, you know what? Yeah. For so long they kept saying, after this I'm gone. They kept saying, right after this I'm leaving. I'm done, you're like, nah, you ain't leaving after this.
Out of here, bro. Trust it.
Out of here, right. Right.
Maya Angelou had a great saying, a great quote, and she said, "If people show you who they are, believe them." Right. Just like you said, people will talk themselves right out of a blessing. They will talk themselves right out of position because you think you know it all or whatever. Sometimes it's best for you to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? It's better to let people think you're crazy and then open your mouth and remove all doubt. You know what I'm saying? So some of us, we'll talk ourselves right out of a position. True. And the old saying goes too: a tree is known by the fruit it bears. So if you're in my life and you're doing nothing but showing me negative and talking crazy and all that, I don't need you in my life. So I'm gonna blow you out of my life myself. I'm gonna crank up my Husqvarna, my leaf blower. Right. And sometimes you gotta take those. You gotta take our leaf blower and blow the leaves out of our life because you know where it's gonna be. Right. It's just like if you. Okay, I'll give you an example I'm talking about, and I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna cut it short. But here's an example. In my backyard right now, this past spring, we had leaves out. There are trees that dangle in my backyard. They're not my trees. They're the neighbor's trees, right? And they got a whole bunch of leaves. And I want somebody to catch this. This right here. This is a word right here. All right. So these leaves are dangling in my yard. All right. The branches and the leaves are hanging over my yard. That is the sign of people that be in your business. Ooh, they don't mean nothing. They're not nothing for you, but they're just in your business. They just all dangling in your yard, in your business. So what happens? Fall comes. Right. Those leaves fall to branches. Right. They land in your yard. Right. Right. Now, if you don't take your Husqvarna and pull the leaf, I'm probably put the sound effects off. But if you don't take your leaf blower and blow those leaves or rake those leaves up out of your yard, what happens? Your grass dies. Come on, I want somebody. I don't mean to preach. I'm not preaching. I'm not preaching on this podcast. I'm just saying. But if you don't rake up those leaves in your yard, in your business, in your life, those leaves, if you leave them long enough, will kill your grass.
Wow, that's mic drop. All right, guys, it's a good one. We out.
They will kill grass. And the reason why I know that is because I got a pile of leaves in my backyard right now because I was too lazy to rake them up.
Rake it up.
And when I go out in my backyard, all I see is a big dead spot of grass because I was too lazy. I want somebody to catch this for real. We got too many people who are not even relevant.
Wow. Come on now.
Killing it for you.
Spread leaves in your yard.
You better rake them up. Take your leaf blow and blow them out. Because they are not even relevant. They're not even pertinent enough in your life. Wow. But you've let them stay around so long they killed your grass. Wow. Let me go. I'm just saying.
He broke it down for you guys.
This is not the podcast. This is not the podcast for that. But I'm just saying.
No, you got it. This is the podcast for that. This is us. It's the brothers who talk. Brothers who talk. Dropping some wisdom on you.
Oh.
All right. So we don't want to hold you long. We just kind of want you to kind of take those nuggets and think about the kind of people you have around you. We're always working to have more roots around us. And even if you have one or two good roots in your life, that's awesome. Some branches, and know who the leaves are. So you don't trip out when they leave at the end of the season.
Exactly.
And don't let them kill your grass by having them hang around too long, because that's the problem right there. Having too long in your life. And that's why like certain relationships have gone so sour, because God designed them to be in your life this long. Yep. And now what has been a blessing and a beauty in your life is now killing your future. All right, so we're gonna get out of here. So appreciate you guys.
Before we go, because I know AD ready to just get it out of the way.
No. Okay. Go ahead, brother.
Here's the deal. It's so important, and I just reiterate what I just said to you guys about being mindful and with the leaves and the branches and the roots in your life. If you have roots in your life, and there's so enough roots, and when you can go and you can call them up, and they're there for you, no questions asked. And you want them to help you bury a dead body. They there for you. Them the roots. You want to hang on to those folks. I'm kidding about the dead body, but they're the roots. You want to keep those people into your life, but make sure that you get rid of the leaves without haste, because what's going to happen? Like I said, I was telling you that if you leave those leaves that in your grass long enough, they kill the grass, right? So what's going to happen this next fall, next spring? I'm going to have to go out there and eventually get them out. Then I'm going to have to replant new grass. I'm going to replant new grass because I'm just so lazy. So stop making life harder than what it has to be. Get the leaves out of your life now. That way, it's a one-stop thing. You don't have to worry about replanting and reseeding and all that good stuff because you are being lazy. If you have leaves in your life and see, some of us know that there are leaves, and will still allow them to stay in our life. Stop killing your own grass.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Got it. Done. All right. So we appreciate you guys coming through. Appreciate you listening to another episode of the Brothers Who Talk. With Terry and myself, AD. And we look forward to definitely seeing you next week. Listen, absolutely. As always, make sure you comment. If you're watching this on YouTube, put some comments. Let us know what we're missing. Thumbs up, of course, the likes. And guess what? If you're on YouTube, you can even put a dislike. It's all good.
Don't do that. I'm going to track you down. Don't do that.
And if you have any questions or other topics you'd like us to discuss, put them in the comment section. And definitely, if you listen to this on Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, whatever podcast app, make sure you put a comment in. And we appreciate you. And definitely check us out on Mile High. Ray, I'm about to say it backwards. Mile High Radio every.
She gonna get you. She inboxed me. She was like, "What's wrong, lady?"
Every Saturday. We appreciate you guys. So once again, thank you for hanging out with us. Take care. Be blessed. Keep
Thank
pushing.
you for watching and listening to the Brothers Who Talk. With Terry and AD. Check us out again next week, where we bring you a steaming helping of common sense, laughs, and advice. We can be found on any podcasting platform, iTunes, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. We're also on milehighradio.com, Saturdays at 12 Eastern. See you there.
I ain't that cute, but I can guarantee you I got a message behind here.